Welcome to a video about a PlenBotLogUploader. In this video, I will showcase how to set up PlenBotLogUploader to be used within Twitch, within Discord, and also use some of the advanced features which I did not explain in the previous video, which was only about Discord webhooks and Discord teams, which is a functionality to filter out exactly where do you want to post it and put conditions on those webhooks. So, in this video, I will again start with a complete fresh bare-bone application. I will not explain how to set up Arc. Please watch the first video for that. It has the most important information in the first 7 minutes on how to set up arcdps in order to, well, make this application work just fine. So, I'm gonna completely fresh launch this application again, and I will get notified here again about using my uploader. So I'm gonna press OK, but before I do, I'm gonna switch the scene so you don't see this. It will actually display my name there, but if you've seen the previous video, I have blurred it out there. It will actually display that it found my log folder automatically because I already had it and it existed before. And so it set it up for me, so I don't have to set up anything. So this is after I pressed OK on that prompt, and this is now the setup. So as you can see, we have a Twitch channel setup here. So we want to enter a link to our channel or username. So this is if we want to use it with Twitch. In this small tutorial, I will be using Twitch in order to demonstrate some of the features here and to showcase some things here. So I'm gonna enter my username, which is simple Plenix. I'll connect to Twitch, and is this my channel name? Yes, it indeed is. And there we go. Now the uploader is now connected to the Twitch itself. So now all the Twitch functionality, this top tab, is now enabled. So that enables me to use some of the Twitch commands related to the uploader, and it also allows me to use some of the Twitch commands which are, well, not exactly related to the uploader, but to the logs itself I have uploaded. So in order to check this out, we're gonna go to Twitch commands here, and I will see that the !pulse command is here, !uploader is enabled, and also the smart song recognition is enabled, even though I don't have the song itself enabled. But as you can see, I can do !uploader because it is enabled and it is set like this, or !pulse in order to show the pulse here. And yeah, I will do just that. I will drag away the stream chat window I have set up because I'm now streaming in OBS, so I have this chat window available. And I can now use the !uploader. So as you can see, the application itself detected that the uploader command was used, and it did post the information about this. So it showed the GitHub link, and it also showed the link to arcdps.report, which transfers it to PlenBot.net. So yeah, I have now proven that I am now indeed in Twitch chat and connected. So what if we want to set up a custom name? We don't want to use the GW2 API name. Well, that is what this custom name is for. Please note that in order for use this custom name, you do have, as it's written down here, you have to use another Twitch account. So let's say if you create a new account called, let's say, PlenBot, as I made for my own bot, you have to log in as PlenBot and generate a special OAuth 2 password, which you can just quickly generate by pressing this button. I will not go through this process, but if you type the name of what you want to put here and the OAuth password here, and you close this, it will actually reconnect automatically as that user, and you will be able to select the PlenBot. In my case, it will be PlenBot as the custom name instead of GW2 API. Since this is like an open source software, anyone can log in and post messages as this, which is a little bit unsafe, but I have let it in just so people can easily set it up if they don't want to go through the hassle of creating another Twitch account. So that is the custom name. There are a bunch of other things here. You can change the Twitch channel. Let's say instead of posting to my channel, it will be posted to a different one. Let's say if you're with a streamer, then yeah, that's a way to do this. And I've already shown the Twitch commands, but we have the polls, we have uploader, we have IGN, we have log, we have song, we have build. All of these, I won't explain that much, but hopefully I will explain the main core functionality on how this works with Twitch. So with Twitch, let's post both success and failures of killing it on the chat itself, so I can now test it on. So this is a very standard kitty golem. It's from the last video. I'm just recording it as soon as I finish that last video. And I'm gonna quickly attack this boss. And I'm gonna just run away because, you know, I'm very scared of the boss. It can do quite a lot of damage. I'm very scared. Anyhow, because the way I set it up, you can now see that the golem log was published on the stream chat. Please note that this Twitch functionality and posting to your Twitch chat does not work unless you have OBS running. It's either XSplit or actually no, it's either OBS Studio, which is the open sourced cross-platform OBS, and it can be also what's known as SLOB's Streamlabs OBS. Both of these will work, but it must be these two. It will not work with any other, unfortunately. But yeah, because I have it on, as you can now see on the screen, yay, infinite screen. Because I have it on, since I'm recording a video using that software, it thinks, you know, that I might be live on Twitch. So that is why it's being posted onto the channel. And as you can see, I can just click on this link, which is the same link as it is in the log itself here, and it will open that log for me. So that is essentially the Twitch functionality. The only thing you need to set up is set up the Twitch channel name. If you want to change the name of this particular user who's going to post the logs itself, and you're pretty much ready to go. So I have pretty much explained every single thing about Discord webhooks in the previous video. I have, of course, completely have a fresh install now. I will now show a slightly different version of a webhook called a session. It's like a log session. That's the full name. So I will name this a session test. And I will actually use the same webhook from the dummy test server I have made here. I will actually use the same webhook as I had from the Fractal logs. I'm going to rename it for sessions. I will use the same webhook here. And I will now paste the URL. We can just set up all logs, whatever I'm fine with as it is, and I'll just leave it active. So I'm going to demonstrate a feature called log sessions. You can see it in arcdps logs and dps.report. So what log sessions are is it will start a session, and during that session, it records the logs you upload. Why would you want to do that? Well, maybe you don't want to spam your guildies with one message for each boss. Maybe you want to do one message one message for every single boss you killed or you have not killed during a particular session. Let's say like a Monday reset raids or a pug raids or something like that. Maybe you want to just put it together as one simple thing. Well, that is what the log sessions are for. So let's go to the log sessions. So here you can see name the log session, and we also have some settings for the Discord webhooks and generally what this is. So every time you will upload a file, it will be appended to this uploaded logs.csv file, which is a very simple, it's a CSV file, so you can open it in your favorite like table software, Excel, LibreOffice, etc., etc. And you can just browse it in case you want to ever go back. but you also have an option to save it for log sessions specifically. So you can save session to a file. Of course, save only successful attempt. You know what? I'm fine with not saving only successful attempts. Let's not save to the file for now. And let's look at the other things here. So we have sort logs by wing and boss order. So what this does is it will go from wing 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7. Then it will post the, I think then it's the strike logs, then it's the fractal logs, then it's war versus world logs, and at the end it's the golem logs if you ever need that. You can also sort by upload time if you would want it that way, but that will not split it in a very nice way as I showcased in some of the pictures I've shared. And I think this particular log session feature is also visible in PlenBotLogUploader. I'm actually not certain now. Anyhow, I can customize like a Discord message here. Let's say our reset night, or our raid night on 14th of October. 2021, whatever, something like that. We can name the session if you want to. It's not exactly needed. And yeah, I'm just simply gonna start the log session. So during this session, if I have this button on, suppress webhooks until session concludes. So normally, every time I would have uploaded a log, it would check whether the webhooks, you know, can be triggered, because that's how it does. If I have this toggled on and the log session is running, you can also see that I can disable it while it's running. Every webhook will be suppressed. It will not be triggered whatsoever. So I'm now going to upload several bosses. So let's presume we've been at Doom for some time. These are the Doom logs. So let's just let's upload these low, like small files, because those are usually like failures. So let's go with this failure. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Note that you can upload multiple files. You don't have to go one by one. But to demonstrate the way it works, I want to do it in order here. So I'm gonna wait until it's fully uploaded and fully set up to then do this. And then let's presume we have killed it with this pretty big file. So after we kill Doom, let's presume that we went to fight something from Wing 6. Let's presume we fought Kadim 1. Okay, so Kadim 1, Kadim. This definitely is a fail log. I very well know what this log is, because it was yesterday. So that's one log and second log. And after Kadim 1, you know what? We fought Kadim 2. Let's put this... and you know what? We one-shotted Kadim 2. So I'm just gonna upload the last one, which is a success. So if I now go to Discord, it's empty. Nothing was uploaded because I have suppressed all the messages. So now, what happens when I actually end the log session? Because I have select which webhooks to execute for a session, I have selected all currently active webhooks. Every currently active webhooks will be triggered, regardless of their setting. Only selected webhooks, well, I can, you know, select the specific ones. I only have one, so I only have the session test here. So I'm just gonna keep it on all, just to showcase this. And yeah, we have sort logs by wing and boss order. Alright then, let's just stop the log session. Let's see what happens. Boom. As you can see, it dumped the session summary here, which you can easily copy if you just want to copy the text itself. So you don't have to look onto Discord. But, sorry, I have accidentally clicked away. What happened on Discord was it created this log session. And because I did not name it something else, it just says log session. But the message says our raid on 14th October 2021. And as you can see, we have all of chains, Wing 5 here, we have all the free Doom attempts, how long they took. It's not like with additional information. We have the Mythrite Gambit here, We have Kadeem 1, failure and success, and then Kadeem 2 success. And that it also was today, like 1 minute ago, based on this, so which is exactly correct. So this is a way for you to group up logs to be in one seamless message instead of multiple messages. This is pretty good if you want to do, let's say, do a summary of all the war versus world logs for some time, what you fought. Note that old logs will be taken care of because the log system works a little bit differently, completely differently, in fact, to the normal webhook system. I've been trying to implement some of the latest webhook features like the teams into it. I am not sure if it will work 100%, I'm afraid. I don't think it will work, but yeah. I would, if you want to use the session feature, use it only if you want to group up logs, not when you want to just post to Discord. Because every time a new log is created, that log will get uploaded, that log will be checked with the Discord webhooks teams, the feature which is within the uploader, and will also be checked against which sessions are actually active. Some sessions might not be active for that particular time. So yeah, that is the Discord webhooks feature. A little bit of introduction to the Twitch. And there's only one last thing to do. And that is the arcdps plugin manager. So I'm going to delete this message. So, what is the arcdps plugin manager? Well, as the name suggests, it's the arcdps plugin manager. So, I'm currently running on Windows 11, as you may have noticed if you haven't seen the previous video. And I also have the game currently running in DirectX 11. So, just to demonstrate that it is indeed running at DirectX 11. Yet I still have Arc enabled and everything. Well, if you want to set up Arc on DX11, you have to do some shenanigans, but thankfully on release 67, which is the latest released after this video went live, well, actually before this video went live even, I now have the option to have the plugin manager work with DX11 as well as DX9. So I'm going to select the DX11 here and I'm going to enable the module. So as you can see, it wants me to find the Guild Wars folder itself. So for me, the folder is located in gaming here. I have a backup here. And yeah, this is exactly the exe file. Boom. And that's it. It's set up now. And now I can install some plugins, uninstall some plugins, and just play with it a little bit. So I'm gonna do check now just to see if there are any updates. There are no updates. The only currently installed thing I have is Arc. But technically I have two other extensions which unfortunately it does not automatically detect. But I do have the KillProofMe and Mechanics log installed on this particular setup. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna go and manually delete it. Just so I can demonstrate how this exactly works. So I'm going to actually close the game in order to showcase this particular feature. So I'm going to delete the kill proofs and the mechanics log, and I'll keep the D3D11, which is for, well, DirectX 11. So now I will go to the plugin manager. And now, if I simply want to download a plugin, I'm just gonna simply check it in this list. So let's say I want to get the KillProofMe, which I had before. I will simply check it, and if I will now check the folder, KillProofMe is there. Simple as that. If I want mechanics logs, boom, done. Mechanics logs is now there. Mechanics is there. So the way this works is it will check against all the released like plugins. Usually these plugins are released on GitHub, except for Delta Connected. He releases it like he released arcdps on its own site, but mostly it's GitHub. So I'm using my server as like a middle server in order to kind of cache on these updates, so you don't have to constantly check it against the GitHub. But you can check it against my server instead. But what it allows me is, every time there's an update for such a file, I can simply press check now, or I can just forget about it. Because if I just forget about it, it will just update it by itself for me without ever notifying me. So I'm gonna keep enable update notifications on for this particular test I'm about to do. I'm actually gonna close the application and I will try to demonstrate, like, what if this DLL file was just gone? And instead of that file, I will just have like a random document, d3d11.dll, just a random empty document, just to demonstrate, like, what if there is like a different version, you know, available. Well, I'm just gonna, well, I'm not gonna use this button because that button is for my actual PlenBotLogUploader, but I'm gonna, oh, I have closed my, I have closed my folder. But yeah, this is the folder with the PlenBot I had before. I'm just simply gonna launch it. And boom. An update for an install plugin has been found. Please close Guild to enable the update. Huh, it still thinks Guild 2 is running for some reason. It may have been because Windows 11 is weird sometimes. And it does not release it from memory. Let me check. No, it's not running. It is not running. Oh no. Well, it may have said that, like, please close Guild 2, but it says update successfully installed. I guess it did update. And if I check now, yeah, it's now actually containing something. Presumably, this is now updated. So I can disable this, right? And I can have start uploader and system startup turned on. And every time I start the system and there's a new version of Arc available, it will just download by itself. Sometimes I will just say it out loud because I very strongly believe in my software, which I have developed. Sometimes I simply forget that I have and I need to update Arc simply because I have an auto updater running the entire time. So now if I just launch it, right, it will launch minimize when you start it in Windows. There's no notification. Nothing almost like happened, except that it did update that D3D9, or it did download the arcdps, the latest version of arcdps, and just update it for me. And this all goes for all the other add-ons with arcdps. So I have installed Killproof Me mechanics. If there would be a new version of both of these add-ons, I would simply install it. And there are bunch of other supported add-ons here, like unofficial extras by Krappa. We have heal stats, we have scrolling combat text, we have the boon table as well. All of these are all available with just one click away to be there, to be updated, to be installed. And of course, if you have the game running, then you cannot uninstall, so I will kindly ask you to close the game first before you uninstalling the particular software. But what I can do is now I can just uncheck the mechanics and they're just gone. They're uninstalled. Very stress-free environment, much like the add-on manager. But this is not like a full add-on manager. This is simply a manager for the plugins for Arc, which is by itself an add-on. But this is a very stress-free way of setting up all the Arc DPS updates. And with that, there are just a few more clicks I want to showcase just to close this overview of the application, but this is essentially everything for the PlenBotLogUploader. I will just showcase that there is a setting for dps.report, so you can use your own user token. If you don't have it, you can also just get it directly from the API. And you can also select which server to upload to. I would recommend dps.report or b.dps.report, not a.dps.report, but maybe these are all free options which dps.report offers. You can select them up from here. Maybe some of these servers might be better accessible for you with lower lag, lower latency, everything. So that's a setting I did not show before. There is this edit boss data. I have briefly showed it in the last video, but what you can do here is, because we have the Twitch integration, we can set up which Twitch message to trigger on success. Let's say if we kill Doom, then it will say Doom kill, and then put the link to the log. And if we would fail, it would say like doom pull, then the log, link to the log, and current wipes with the amounts of like how many wipes was that in. And also we have the icon URL for this called webhooks. If you just directly upload the doom URL, doom log, this will be the icon it would use in the top right corner of the upload itself. You can also set up some boss types, etc. If there is like, let's say, a new boss added to the game, like with End of Dragon soon, then you can manually edit it in without me adding it. You can just do it by yourself. You can just simply type the boss ID if you know the boss ID. You can name the boss. You can set what it is. Is it War vs. World? Is it Strike boss? Is it Fractal boss? Is it Raid boss? Is it an event within a raid? Because, you know, some events in a raid are, let's say, like a river, or an escort is technically considered an event. So you can do all of these things, and you can modify the already existing bosses. Let's say like, hey, large kitty golem, maybe I don't want to show this icon URL, or maybe I want to say something else with the Twitch messenger. Well, you would have to change with every single boss. You would have to change every single boss if you want to change the Twitch message on success or on failure. So that is where the boss data templates come in. You will just open this, and you can just change this for every single non-event and non-War vs. World setting here. So let's say, instead of saying boss kill, maybe you could say like, we dominated the boss. And then it will just put like the, you know, the log. Simply as that. I will just press save. This will change all non-golem, non-War vs. World, non-event, Twitch message on success to we dominated boss. So we'll log, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Now we have it saved. So if I open, let's say, Demas, we dominated boss log. If I open Sabatha, we dominated boss log. So this way you can set it up fast and easy, just to have a little bit more custom message. Maybe you want to put like an emote in one of those messages. Who knows? So that's pretty much it. There are two additional features here. I will briefly mention Aleeva here. So Aleeva, you can connect to Aleeva using a special code here. For this particular Aleeva setting, please check out the Aleeva website itself, and there is a section about linking to PlenBotLogUploader directly, and just follow the step-by-step there. They have written it there beautifully. I'm just gonna refer to that site because I couldn't have done it better. If you want to, there is a question mark here, which will open up the site for you, so you don't have to find it. And if I remember, there should be... I don't think it's under this, but yeah. Oh, no. Currently supported uploaders. PlenBotLogUploader. Yeah, I'm the only one. Damn, I feel so good. But yeah, there is a link somewhere. I forgot it myself. I'm sorry. There is a link. Oh, maybe under tutorials. It's definitely a tutorial, right? Hey, how to connect PlenBotLogUploader to Aleeva. Boom. There you go. You have a step-by-step exactly how you would set this up, including pictures and showing everything. Yeah. So that is the Aleeva settings in a way. And there's one last thing which I haven't shown, which is this API settings. So if you click on this, it will say API key is used with IGN and build Twitch commands. You don't need to set it unless you want to use these commands, essentially. So unless you want to use IGN command, which will just pull up the current server you're on, current server, like directly from the API using the API key, and exclamation mark build, which is using the hardstack builds, which is still in development, so they're not exactly fully functioning sometimes. Yeah, you would just put your API key here, and that would work just fine. And there it is. 2 videos, each around 25 to 30 minutes long. Just completely explaining almost everything about PlenBotLogUploader. Hopefully these videos were helpful to you. I'm gonna check my notes quickly, just in case I forgot something, but I think I have mentioned every single thing in the log uploader. There are a bunch of hidden features, like when you have, let's say, the exe file here, you can directly, well, I can't showcase it now, unfortunately, but you can directly drag and drop log files into the exe here to automatically upload it as well, not just via like putting it here in the application itself. And yeah, a lot of optimizations and other things. Of course, the integrations with Discord, with Aleeva, and with Twitch. There you go. Thank you for watching this tutorial / explanation video in a way for more advanced features and like very detailed Twitch setup on how to use PlenBotLogUploader. So hopefully PlenBot is automating the entire process here, from updating your log to uploading the log from now on into the future. And hopefully you will be using this application for some time, I hope. I am still supporting this, so if you have any questions, please contact me on Discord. You can contact me on both the Hardstack Discords, both the competitive and the normal Discord. You can also join the special Discord server for PlenBot called the PlenBot support line, and you can just ask your questions freely there. Don't be afraid. We can solve most of the issues, and if you have any issues which I've never encountered, which is a very high possibility, then I would love to fix those issues for you. Maybe find like a temporary solution before I do like a more fleshed out fix. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. Everything except of me mentioning this button called remote server pings. And this button is used for mostly advanced users, and if you don't understand anything about development, then I would probably leave this be. But it is there if you want to just do a completely your own way of managing the logs, like posting on Discord, posting on Aleeva, everything by yourself. You will use a ping or remote server pings for that. Completely forgot about that. I'm glad I managed to remember it before I ended the video. And yeah, thank you very much. And oh, I just hit my microphone. I'm sorry. I'm excited because yeah, I've never done a video about my program before, so that's a first. Yeah, thank you, and yeah, please contact me on Discord if you have any issues.